Dude, doesn't that rip?
You're an idiot.
No, you're an idiot.
Welcome back, people across the globe, except the Italians. It's the You're an Idiot podcast.
Okay.
I'm Alex Dragovich with my fat co-host, Jeffrey Osmus.
Here we are, folks, going after the Italian people. I like it. Well done.
Yes.
You did a good job.
We've got a very special guest today, Jeff. You want to give us an
We
intro?
got our guest, Simon Fraser, folks. King of Columbus, Ohio.
Was Austin, now moved?
Now moved.
Yale graduate.
A Yale grad, yeah. A member of the Skull and Bones, huh?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you
No,
in the
no,
Skull
no.
and Bones? Oh, wow. Okay. I thought maybe you and G-Dub.
I had buddies in it, but
Really?
yeah.
No
What is
way.
Yeah.
For real.
I mean, every year people go in it.
It has such a bad rep, though, right?
Yeah.
And your friends are like, dude, I'm going to do that.
What's that?
Like, so you have friends who are like, I'm trying to get into the Skull and Bones, even though it historically has this.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have a bad rap. It has a powerful rap. Like, if
Everyone's
you think it's bad to invade Iraq, but not all of us do.
Right.
This
You know,
could be cool.
They
What,
had
it's
weapons
like
of mass
just a kind
destruction.
of secret fraternity at Yale.
Yeah, I mean, it's everyone like in senior year. You just join, like 16 people get tapped.
Oh, you just get 1 year in it?
Whoa.
Oh.
So like you get like chosen.
Yeah, you get tapped from the year above.
What and how do they recruit these guys?
So originally it used to be like football captain, editor of the paper. Like it was just if you had a prestigious position,
Big
you were in
dog.
it. And then it kind of changed to more holistic attitudes. So now it's more like, are you a good guy? What have you done for others?
Oh.
Everything like that. And everyone's like secretly scheming to get in, even though no one will
So
say
you
it.
can't formally apply. They'll
No,
just like
it's-
tell you randomly on a January afternoon you're in.
There are just tap line. You have to go through like a tap process.
Oh, I
and
don't
so
even-
people from the year above, if you're friends with someone from the year above in it,
Oh.
then they'll tap you, interview you. You go through like rounds.
Oh, they do interview. They vet them.
Yeah.
They vet them. And GW made it through. George Bush made,
He made it through.
Good.
And one of your buddies made it through.
Yeah.
Why did he make it through?
I think he was a good guy.
Oh.
I think he was-
Friends with good guys.
I think he
Come
was a pretty
on.
solid guy.
Yeah.
I can't remember who. I think there were. I mean, you just kind of like know everyone,
Do they ask like what kind of questions? I wonder.
but they don't talk about. They don't say anything
Do
about
they,
it.
like,
It's all
if-
secret.
yeah,
They
if
can't-
we
they
took you
can't
to a
tell
private island with a bunch of underage women, like what
Yeah,
would
what
you?
would you do?
What would you
I would
do?
turn
at
in
this?
everyone involved,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Yes. Didn't you like room with someone really famous, daughter or son? You were telling me you like in college, like
Oh yeah, well, my house in junior and
your
senior
house. That's
year,
what it was.
We just had like our house was pretty. It was a real fun mix of people from different places, like Daniel Day-Lewis's son Ronan,
Oh,
who
there
was
we
a
go.
great
That's
artist,
who it was.
in our house. Lucas Berger, his dad Neil Berger, who directed Divergent. Or
Wow.
no, Limitless.
Oh, okay.
He was in it.
Wow. Okay.
A lot of nepo kids.
Bunch of the former prime minister of Yemen's grandson.
Wow.
was in the house.
Former.
It's all nepo babies around
It's
here.
all- Even the
Wow.
the Yemeni people have nepo babies.
Is that part of Yale? Just being like, hey, I'm Alex, and my dad is. Just like you have to introduce.
You just
basically.
you learn it over
Yes.
time. You would never say it first time meeting,
Yeah.
and then it comes to light junior year.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
you slowly reveal whose dad is who.
You get it. You're like, oh, his last name is Johnson. That's just like a last name that people have.
Oh,
and
and
then you're
then
like, oh, is he related to the?
it's Lyndon B. Johnson's grandson.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you find out Daniel Day-Lewis is not that. It's a pretty common name. You don't
that
put
one's
it
a
together.
bit of a giveaway.
Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, huh. Okay, interesting.
Were you? What other American colleges did you apply to?
Harvard and Stanford.
That's it.
Yeah.
You knew you were. What was your safety? Was your safety Stanford?
No, I got into Yale early, and then it was kind of like, okay, cool. Well, I want to go here, and I'll apply to Harvard and Stanford just to see.
Did you get into either?
No, I got waitlisted.
Ooh.
Dang, Drago, you would have no chance at these.
Right.
Trying to apply to Stanford, they're like, we'll refund your fee.
Well,
You
yeah.
didn't need to waste
Stanford
that
offered
money.
me a scholarship, but then they took it away.
Is that true?
Yeah, because I didn't have high enough ACT.
No
Oh.
way.
So I could. They were like, we offered him, and then And then my high school coach said he had a talk with them, and they were like, "What's his ACT?" I had a 23 on my ACT.
That's really bad.
That's out of 36.
Yeah.
That's not terrible.
It's pretty bad. I think the average is like 26 or something. 27.
Yeah, I think the average is actually 20, but whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's 50% average. Okay. Maybe
But then they were like, "Well, he needs a 28," and I was like, "I'm not taking it again." So
you would to go to Stanford? They're like pretty good at basketball too.
I had other schools that were
You'd
like,
rather just not learn. You're just like, why should I learn? Why would I learn?
I was looking at like Wisconsin and like Northwestern and Notre Dame, and they were all gonna like offer me anyway.
Yeah, Wisconsin, they don't care.
Yeah,
I got it.
You got to be able to hoop. At the end of the day.
Absolutely. And Big Ten. Big Ten's where it's at the end of it. Well, Notre Dame's not Big Ten, right?
ACC.
ACC, yeah.
Big East at the time.
Yale, they don't care about sports.
No, we
except for rowing and like
rowing. We're champions at rowing, champions at squash.
Wow.
Squash.
I think we won a fencing championship maybe one
Wow,
time.
this is exactly.
The
See, I
three
don't even
big
know
ones.
what squash is. I know you play it. It's like racquetball kind of maybe.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
buddy.
god, dude! My college ex, when she after we broke up, she started dating some guy. His big feather in his cap was that he was like an all-American squash player.
And
in
so
high
you
school.
hate it. You hate the sport. You hate
hate
everyone
Who was the guy?
involved.
Who was the guy she was dating?
I don't know, some fucking not in college. It was in high school.
Yeah.
But
You'd
whatever.
probably know him.
Yeah, because all the Columbus guys, the squash players, you know that?
Oh, the ones that I've hung out with.
Yeah,
that
like
you're,
Poth and
right.
TJ and those guys.
Wow. Okay. Why is that like a rich person sport?
I don't know.
It doesn't. It's no different than tennis, but for some reason,
I guess it requires you to like have a court.
you have to have an indoor court.
I mean,
It's a
tennis is
special-
kind of a rich
Tennis
person
is
sport
kind
as
of
well.
a little bit, but they let some pores in every once in a
Yeah.
while. Yeah. Drago, that's not the life you lead.
No. I just more basketball.
What do you
and
think
indie
squash
rock.
is, Drago? How do you explain the game?
Couple rackets.
Sure. Is there a racket? Or is it
good- yeah,
paddle?
good so far.
Okay,
It's like a
paddle.
bit, and it's like you're in that's that. Oh wait, I'm thinking racquetball.
I think it's
same.
similar.
It's like the same sport, just like the dimensions are off a little bit.
Really?
Oh.
That's
Okay.
my understanding. I don't know.
Racquetball's crazy. Racquetball's fun as hell.
It's
Yeah.
pretty much the same sport.
Oh,
You're
okay.
just slamming a ball at a wall and trying to make it not hit the other side or something like that a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
What sports did you get what activities then did you get involved in?
I didn't. I was so hard.
You were just a normal ass dude walking around. You're a very very like affable, cool guy. Why didn't you do
tried.
other stuff?
No, I tried. The thing they don't tell you about like a place like Yale is like, oh, you go and they're like, oh, you can be anything you like here. We have all these extracurriculars. Everyone can join. And then you try and join, and every extracurricular has an application process. So you have to.
Oh.
It's
you've
not
been
just fun and games.
Yeah, once you've been accepted into the school, you still have to get accepted into these groups.
The
So
fencing club's not just fun and games. They
Yeah,
need to
no,
you
that's
need to be
serious.
good at
So
fencing.
then when people
Yeah,
are like
yeah.
kind of like resume bombing you around school, they're like, "Oh, I'm on the basketball team. Oh, I'm like I'm an editor of the newspaper." It's like you kind of have to have this thing that you do, right?
you kind of, it's just like you do. It's not like a bragging thing. It's just
Yeah.
like everyone does stuff.
Yeah, you
And
want a crew. Yeah.
I tried out for 27 groups my freshman year.
And you got in none?
I didn't get in.
You
The
got
only,
in
the only
none?
one I had to join the rugby team. It was the
That was
only
the
one.
only one that would let you
It was
in?
the only one that had no application process.
Oh
like
my
give you a little
God.
brain damage for free.
So
There
I
we
started.
go.
I was like 5'9", 160, and I was the only person on the team who knew how to catch or kick. So I was the starting fullback, and we would go up against Dartmouth, who were a varsity rugby team.
Yeah.
And they would beat us 70-0 at halftime.
Oh,
And I'd just
God.
be in the back. I'd have to make like the last tackle.
Aren't you like the
and would
key
just
player?
I'd miss it every time.
Oh God.
Oh my god, you're just getting destroyed then.
It was one time we were playing. It was my first game against Princeton. I had never played rugby, like even in England. But there was this one guy running down the line, and I don't know how to tackle. You're supposed to tackle. You know, you go
Low,
you
you
go
go
low.
low. Yeah.
Lead with a shot. I didn't know that, so he's just sprinting down the line. Last line of defense. We're already down like 50-0, and so I just clothesline him, kind of do a horse collar on him. He flips around, stretch it off, and I hope he's okay.
Oh my
You
god.
really rocked him. That's a penalty. I don't know rugby.
Yeah,
but
I
that's
got
a penalty.
sent off.
Oh, you got ejected. Yeah. Not your fault. They didn't tell you.
I really
Come
hope
on.
So
I
there
think
was
he's okay.
there was no comedy kind of outlet for you then there at Yale.
No, because then I tried out for the sketch. You know, initially I was like, oh, join the improv group or the sketch group. and all of those groups didn't let me in, or they rejected me.
Dang.
Which, thank God. Imagine.
I
Being,
bet that's terrible comedy.
Yeah,
They're just like pretentious,
just horrible.
They're the people who didn't get into the Harvard Lampoon, and they're no good.
They're just like I dated a girl who was in one of the improv groups, and she was lovely. Whenever I'd hang around with her entire improv group, it was the worst.
Improvisers are tough off stage.
Yeah,
they're doing a scene all day.
Oh,
They
it's
just
so
won't
brutal.
stop. They won't
can
stop.
remember it.
Well, because improv is the only thing you think you can do in comedy when you're younger, so you feel like you have to be good at it for some reason, and it's just really.
You did sketch, or you did improv?
Yeah, I auditioned for a sketch group. I was in a sketch group, and it was actually like the people that were in my group are now like a good amount of them are still doing stuff, which is kind of cool.
Successful.
Yeah, like one guy is like he's a sketch guy in LA. He does very well on TikTok. Another person's like an SNL writer. Another person is like an actor on the show. What's the Hillary Duff show?
How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah, she's like a main.
Oh, How I Met Your Father.
How I Met Your Father. Yeah, she's like a main character on
right.
like that reboot. And yeah, it's a people, and one guy's at Kimmel. So yeah, so people are doing stuff.
And you.
And
And
I'm here
the
with
big
Jeff and Simon.
And you're on
baby.
my couch on Valentine's Day. My beautiful girlfriend let us do a podcast on the couch on Valentine's.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Her name's Reggie Miller
Oh,
on the
yeah.
podcast. We don't reveal her name, Alex.
Bleep it.
God. Bleep it, you piece of shit.
Fuck, that's on me.
We
Yeah.
do. That's
I'll
you
take
lost
that. I'll take
$1
that.
of the Patreon.
I'll take
You
that
get
out,
$1.
yeah.
No, I don't actually care. It doesn't really matter. But just you get $1 less of the Patreon.
That's fair.
What are you gonna write down? Bleep name at. You don't even have a timestamp. You're gonna have to listen to the entire podcast.
11 minutes.
Great. The editor's on it. The editor-in-chief's on. He's going to listen to all 50 minutes and find the 1 second bleep.
It's at 11 minutes. I can just take it
Okay,
out.
sure. I don't really care. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we got to protect her identity, dude.
Got to protect her identity.
What about
Yeah.
you, man? You seen anyone out in Columbus in the Midwest?
I just ended things with a girl.
Wow.
Man, happy V-Day, brother.
Yeah,
In
I know.
Austin?
In Columbus.
Oh, in Columbus.
we were
Damn.
doing long distance for a while. And
Brute.
You were in like Austin, kind of.
I
and
moved to
Columbus.
Austin for 6 months. Worst comedy scene in the world.
Okay, we'll
It's
get into
terrible.
Just
I would
terrible.
actually love to hear
I want to
about
know about the
that.
breakup first.
Just
First,
horrible.
The breakup.
But we were dating for like 6 or 7 months. We started dating the first day I moved down to Austin. She was
But you had known her in Columbus.
I'd known her in Columbus. I was after her heart. But
Yes.
then
Of course.
she was seeing someone else. Then she stopped seeing that person. We got together. And it was a very nice time, but it was long distance. And
No
you know,
good. Never worked.
LD is
no one
tough.
likes long distance.
It's never worked in the history
Were
of
you
the
guys?
world.
Did you guys have like a thing? I did this for a year. Were you trying to like see each other every month or?
Yeah, I would go back. I would there was a Southwest flight
Yeah.
from Austin to Columbus, so I'd kind of hop on that every other week.
You just
or so.
became like they're up. Simon's back again.
Yeah, it was very much
Southwest
like, oh, he's
flight.
left. Hi, you just happen to be here.
The
So,
Austin to Columbus pipeline, a classic. There we go.
It's great. So it was a lot of that. She never actually made it. She never did the reverse trip.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
But,
come on.
You know,
She never came to Austin.
listen, I'm the one earning the big bucks over here. I'm making 500 at Helium.
Come on. He's headlining the Heliums tonight.
Gotta
Come
take the
on.
minimum sometimes, guys.
Jesus Christ.
Damn. So she never came down. So, but after a couple months, you must have been like, hey, this is probably. You must have gotten a little anxious about that, right? Like, hey, why isn't she ever coming down?
No. It wasn't.
You
it
were like,
wasn't-
this is going great. She's never visiting, or
No, it was the only reason she couldn't was because she had work. She had a Monday through Friday job.
understandable.
And then
One of those Monday through Fridays.
Yeah,
I've
you know.
heard about these.
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
pretty
know.
common.
I
I
don't
guess
know
you
much
can't
about-
fly on Fridays, though. I guess you can't take a half day and fly to see your boyfriend anywhere. I mean, I dated someone with a Monday to Friday.
Wow,
I'm just say-
Drago,
I'm just
come
saying.
on, let the man live.
I got Simon's back, dude.
no,
Yeah.
I would listen.
But
I
you had
was,
chosen Columbus. You run the scene, so
Yeah.
it's not bad to come back.
So that was my other. I'd be like, oh, I come back. I'll just do the Don't Tell shows and whatever other shows.
Yeah, there's plenty to do in Columbus.
And it's not like I was doing anything in Austin. So it's
because
like,
Austin's trash.
So what?
Austin's
Yeah.
terrible.
So let's get into that then. So you weren't you? Didn't you go down there? You were at the Mothership, right? Like
yeah,
you
I
were
was supposedly in at the Mothership, but it was unclear. You know, I kind of moved down because I was supposedly in at the Mothership.
yeah, you got passed. But
Yeah.
then
But
nothing
did you get
happened.
passed as like an out of towner where like you can do spots whenever you come?
It was
essentially?
so no. I said like I'm gonna come down. I'll move if. And he was like, yeah, we'll build you and grow you and everything. And so I was like, okay,
Sounds
cool,
great.
I'll move. And then Building and Growing turned out to be like one 5-minute spot on the crew show every third week or so. And I was like, well, I'm not going to be here to do 5 minutes. Of the first. To do the first spot.
That's
after
that
an open
LA
mic is
mentality.
finished.
They're like, he did crew spots for 7 straight years, and then we finally gave him a 7-minute spot, and then he sucked Adam Egot's dick, and then we gave him an 8-minute spot.
Were you essentially
It's
past
insane.
the door guy thing then, or was that below door guy?
It
or
was
is it-
unclear. I think the whole deal with that club is the door guy. It actually is one of those things where it's so beneficial to be a door guy.
Yeah,
just
they
because
get
you end
so
up-
many spots.
You get so many spots, and if it's also just the other thing. Adam was always nice to me, so I got no problem with him. It was just besides the old whatever was promised, but it was just so busy. Like,
There's
there
too
were
many people.
There's
There's
just
just
so
so
many
many
people
people.
going there that like there's just no spots.
I'm sure it's tough.
Anyways,
It's tough to find your way as a white man in Austin. There's a few of us going out,
I thought it was gonna be.
and you're
my
not saying the
saving
F
ground.
slur on stage. You're not doing what you got to do up there.
I sunk to my lowest one time. One show.
You did say it?
I did
You said it?
One
Oh.
show. I was like, well, I gotta get ahead in this town. I gotta
We're
say
in
the
Austin.
slur.
You got to say retard, gay,
And it was
F slur.
terrible because I did it just at this small show in East Austin. It was for 6 people in the room, and I was like,
man.
I'm gonna do it. And I was featuring or hosting or something for Bo Johnson. Do you know?
Oh
Bo?
yeah, I know Bo. He's a nice guy.
A really,
Like
really
Bo.
nice and clean.
Wow,
guy.
his comedy would.
who thought the world of me and thought I was a really nice guy, and we are really good friends. But then afterwards, I go to this other room and I'm like, hey, let's see if this joke works, just if I can take it, see if I can get some momentum in the city. And then afterwards, this one Bo's like, hey man, great clean set at my show. And then this other guy comes, he's like, I fucking love that F slur joke. And
Oh
Bo's
my
like,
God.
Glad you Every time you say that, Rogan's neck vein throbs a little bit. He's like, someone's saying it. He loves that.
Damn.
it blows.
So it just kind of you just kind of lost. It kind of lost its luster pretty quickly then.
It was just I think it's just, a lot of places you go visit for a week and you're like, oh, this is so much better than my home scene.
Sure.
But it's only because you're visiting.
Right.
Like
of
when you
course.
get the spot, you get the spots because you're visiting, and then you move there and they're like, actually, we'll get you up once every 3 months.
But they just
And-
want you to hang around every day too. And
Yeah,
you have
and
to
it's
be around.
If I wanted to develop over 5 years,
Yeah.
then sure, after 5 years, I would get there. But I'm like, I don't want to spend 5 years developing in Austin.
no,
It's
because then you have
just
to
like-
live in
Absolutely not.
Austin, and it's.
And do you think you're going to be a
Overdeveloped.
Columbus guy now for a bit, or are you going to look for a new spot?
No,
or-
I'm moving to your guy. I'm moving to
you moving
Chicago.
you moved to Chicago.
Chicago.
Oh,
I'm
there we
moving
go.
much.
Dang.
You are going to love it, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you're moving in
Unbelievable.
a month.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Got a
Oh,
nice sublet in Logan
oh,
Square.
Chicago's the greatest city in America.
Yeah,
Everyone
you're
knows it.
gonna dominate there so quickly, man. You're gonna love
And
it.
you're still gonna run the scene in Columbus remotely?
I got a new job. I'm the regional manager of Don't Tell.
No way.
So I'm
like the
now-
Midwest region.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy
And
shit.
We're trying to expand and make it so that every city can follow the Columbus model.
Oh, really?
Dude,
So I'll
the
just
running
be
the Don't Tell
overseeing
while
that.
being a headliner is such an awesome.
If
gig,
you, this,
dude.
this might not make sense to our viewers. Drago, explain what Don't Tell is to them. Not everyone knows what this
Don't Tell
means.
comedy. It's an independent. I mean, why don't Simon?
Or
explain
Simon.
it?
You got it,
you got it.
No,
Yeah, you
I
got
like
it.
to hear you explain things.
It's
I think you can. You don't think you can grasp this?
It's a comedy company that puts on independent shows throughout the country.
Okay.
The whole idea behind it, I'm pretty sure, is that they don't.
I'm
tell
pretty sure you've done it 50 times.
No, but the people that get the tickets, they don't tell you where the show is until day of the show, right?
Yeah. They don't tell you the location.
And that's what makes the tickets worth $35. So it's
Wow.
They're $25.
They're 25. They always are good
It's a
shows.
flat rate.
They
It's
do
always
shows in
25.
shoe stores, non-conventional comedy locations. That's the
yeah.
thing.
Sometimes it's a great
They're in
company.
every
It's a
major
great
city.
time.
So you're gonna bring it to all the small Midwest towns.
Dubuque.
Fort Wayne's gonna have one.
Yeah.
Dubuque's gonna have one.
Essentially, all these cities are looking for, the basic premise behind Columbus was just people are looking for things to do in
Yeah.
all their little neighborhoods and the downtown especially, and there was nothing really offering that.
Right.
And you only will go to the Fort Summit City Comedy Club if your favorite comedian is performing
Right.
there.
You're not just going there randomly.
So Don't Tell provides a very easy outlet to just
Right.
give comedy to the masses.
Or a lot of these small towns have a B club from the 80s.
Yeah.
Donnie B's Road Room or some shit.
Yeah.
That has a firefighter headlining. And you're like, Don't Tell's going to beat that every time.
So yeah,
that's true.
that's the aim. And then the best part about it, in my opinion, is for comics, it just provides a whole new touring route for comics.
Yeah.
Who don't like comics who are really good but don't have a following.
Yeah.
So kind of like, you know, you thinking of you like
Yeah,
a year
yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
Thinking of you like a
Kind of like Alex.
Kind of like one person on this couch.
thinking of you like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
something
like when
that.
I did your shows. Yeah,
Where
yeah,
it's
of
like
course.
you can
Your brain just malfunctioned there for a second. You're like, oh, I mean, yeah.
Kind of like where you're at in your life, Alex.
No, we're both doing Nick's comedy stop.
You're both doing
same.
Nick's comedy
I'm
stop
doing
in
it- I'm
Boston.
doing it this
Honestly,
weekend.
I had a great time there.
I'm
You-
pumped. I've sold. Apparently, you need to like move like 70 for it to be a
Yes.
good time.
Yeah.
You know, it sounds like it will be a good time.
Yeah,
So-
you got the. It's run by the Albanian mafia, and they
Perfect.
turn it into a dance club the second the show ends. They literally kick them out and start pumping EDM music.
I'm good with the Albanians. They ran a restaurant right next to me in Columbus.
Oh, there we go.
Always
They're good
friendly
people.
with them. Yeah.
I've heard they're the scariest of the mobsters.
Yeah, they're serious.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
don't mess with them.
You don't mess with. I like that.
Any of those Balkan countries don't go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough
Well,
people.
yeah, I'm talking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tough
absolutely.
people,
Sorry.
man.
Yeah,
Tough
yeah.
people.
Do you guys like
Apologies.
the Albanians?
I don't
They got
think
any
so.
beef with them?
I think, yeah, per
Because
the
you
last.
got beef with the Croatians, the Bosnians,
but the
not the
Albanians are part of that, right?
They're
yeah.
There were some Muslims there that you didn't like. Yeah.
Anyone with the M
The
has a tough.
Anyone with the M.
yeah.
Is that short for Muslim or?
Yeah,
He
that's what
says
I-
muzzy. He
Yeah.
says muzz a lot.
Any muzz, it has to. You know,
Yeah.
not me personally.
Yeah,
Not me
the
personally.
Serbian
I think I matched with a
diaspora.
I think I matched with a Muslim on Hinge recently, so I'm
Really?
I'm good.
And
with
did
that.
you message her back?
She must have
Yeah,
got,
we're talking-
She
we're
must have
talking.
got through your settings. You know?
Yeah, she didn't read. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like what's with the premium? What's with the premium membership?
Why do
for?
I pay for this?
How'd you slip through the cracks?
Oh, come on.
No, but yeah, dude, you're gonna love it. You're gonna have a good time there. Are you jumping on any of those shows there?
In Boston?
Yeah.
I'm doing the Don't Tell. Just hopping on the Don't Tells.
Drago basically lives in Boston.
Love
He
Boston.
headlines in Boston every 3 weeks.
I'm there all
It's
the
his
time.
city.
I
He's
was
there more than New York.
I was there the past 2 weekends of the past like 4.
You've headlined
5.
there probably 12 times in the last year.
In the last year. I probably
And you're going back there in a month.
I'm going back there in April. Yeah.
April,
No
Oh,
shame.
that's Foxborough though.
Oh, it's Foxborough. Okay, slightly
Yeah.
similar.
Why do
but-
you have such a following in Boston?
I don't really have a following. I
tall
just-
white guy who used to play basketball?
But
they
there's
loved you.
well, here's the thing. There's like 3 rooms you can headline there.
Yeah.
And there's a couple rooms that I
Boston
have done
is
a lot
amazing.
there.
You
Yeah.
are correct. Boston. It's the Columbus of the Northeast.
That's what they say.
That's what they
Yeah.
say.
There's
Columbus.
there's a lot of stage time, a lot of long sets, and there's like they have a lot of like one nighters too, like in the surrounding area.
can make a little
you
money.
can make decent money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so.
it's not bad. Yeah.
Again, when you're not you got to do the breweries. You know, I'm a brewery.
You're in a
comic,
brewery
dude.
phase.
I'm a brewery comic, dude. That's where I'm at.
You got a brewery that fits 80. Headline Alex. Headline Alex.
Oh.
He'll sell 60 tickets. You can fill that room.
Only
up.
high tops, no spotlight. You're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Huge aluminum cylinders in the background for the sound to bounce off. It's great.
Well, I do want to get to a listener question I think relates to both of you really
wow,
well.
Drago did a little prep for the pod. This
incredible.
is a first.
So this is gonna be a 2-parter. So this is from Sean O'Brien. Jeff, what are the considerations for your act that you're gonna make while touring Europe? How much material will you add or
Wow.
change? And secondly,
I
for
actually wanted
Simon,
to talk
what's
about
some of your advice to Jeff when he tours Europe?
I actually would love to know.
I didn't know you were going to Europe.
I'm going to Europe in
I'm
a
like
month.
fucking
yeah.
awesome at
Yeah.
this part of the podcast. This is the only thing I'm good at.
Into
so.
telling the questions and then letting other people talk for 10
Yeah,
minutes.
asking questions that listeners did, and then
What's your
letting you
advice
guys
for
talk.
Europe, Drago? What would you switch up in my material?
Oh, dude, I honestly, I did tiny cover last night for 3 French people and 2 Italian people. I had the worst set in my entire life. so I have no.
What, they don't have dating jokes over
I
there?
have no idea.
What,
what
do
to
they not
talk
speak
about.
English or what?
They barely spoke English.
Really?
I floundered in a way that
How
was
did
just
they
like-
make
I
their
got-
way out to deep Brooklyn? I
During
don't
my
understand
set, it was
that.
going so bad. The guy started remaking the popcorn. It was just, you heard it like you heard him make it, and then literally 30 seconds later, it just goes like.
Oh.
I'm like bombing, so I'm looking at my thing, and you just hear.
Oh, that's tough. Oh, that's
Anyway,
tough.
Simon.
Yeah.
Tell-
Yeah,
tell-
actually,
tell
I'm
the
actually.
boy. Tell
Will
the
they
kid.
get like American political references? I'm
I
actually worried about this.
I have no clue.
You've never done
I've never done comedy.
Oh,
in
not
Europe.
even. I thought London. You did. Maybe.
I did London one. I did London one time.
Oh, really?
And I did
Damn.
I did Edinburgh when I
you
was
did
starting
Edinburgh.
out.
But
Damn,
that's
Simon.
right.
I'm not. I'm somehow not helpful
You're
at
a
all.
fake Brit.
All my
God.
understanding though is that they love the the hackest lowest hanging fruit. If you
Really?
go to Germany, you just make a
Holocaust
reference,
I
and they'll be
assume.
like, we do not talk about it. It's so good you bring it
I
up.
think
And it's
I'm
like-
just gonna do a lot of historical references.
I think
that'll
history.
help.
They're in.
Okay, so
If you make it seem like you know a little bit about their culture or whatever, I
If
think
you
they'll
show yourself
love-
to be a little, if you show your smart side,
yeah,
I think they'll be.
I
in on
think
that.
I've heard they appreciate like
Europeans are smarter,
intellectual. They're smarter.
Yeah.
That's my friend Daniel Sloss told me.
so you
He's
can
like,
definitely get by with
yeah.
everything. You can get.
Do they
by
know
with-
who like AOC is? That's what I wonder. Like, will like that reference hit?
Maybe, but I feel you
don't
can
know.
just go on like whatever Daily Mail equivalent and just find
find their hot leftist woman of color.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we could. That's true.
what about the post show? How does he have a good time in London after?
Post show.
Oh,
Yeah.
London.
London's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah,
London's great.
What's on the itinerary?
Oh,
to
also
have a good
Drago
time?
said you obviously didn't hear this time, but he said he would rather go to Orlando than go to Europe.
Oh, I heard that. I was pre-gaming this pod by listening to your most recent
Insane.
episode.
Sorry,
The-
man.
That's
One of the
insane.
worst
I like-
things that
crazy.
I like America, dude.
Dude,
Orlando's
Me
one of the
too.
most boring cities in America.
You know,
rehashing.
sometimes
You're not 12 anymore.
Sometimes I get a little hyperbolic on the pod, but yeah, but Orlando.
you
I'm
said,
not
like,
fucking
all
around.
of
I'm not
Europe,
fucking
then
around.
all of Europe.
No,
if you said
I'm
like
kidding.
San Francisco, I could maybe get that, but Orlando? What are you
Listen,
talking
I'm
about?
just saying this country is the best for a reason. And Orlando's one of them.
Orlando's
So
Orlando's not a
bad.
top 25 city in America.
You're in Florida
Dude,
and you're not on
have
the
you
beach.
ever done the? There's
Yeah,
like a,
right. You're not even on the
Have you
beach.
ever done the Tower of Terror there at Universal Studios?
Yeah, it's a fun ride. I don't think it's better than the Louvre.
I don't know, dude. I don't
It's
know.
a delightful little ride.
Tower of Terror has like kind of changed my life.
I don't get the roller coasters. Every
hate 'em.
place
I-
has roller
That's
coasters.
not a European thing,
I hate
is it?
it.
No, we have it. There's like
You-
Six Flags in
Oh,
England.
you have
and-
Six Flags?
and, like every country has roller
I
coasters. People are
assume
like, you
they
gotta go to
do.
Sandusky.
I'm actually,
Yeah, yeah, that's the
I'm
one.
terrified of roller coasters.
I
can't
think they're
lie.
fun every 5 years. That's fine. It's fun.
I like going to like if you go to Brighton, which are you going? Are you just
Oh,
going
Coney
to London?
Island? Oh,
No,
Bright.
like Brighton in England.
Oh, is that by London?
It's like 2 hours.
Oh,
it's on
no,
the coast.
I'm just doing London and
Yeah.
Dublin. Yeah.
But those roller coasters are fun because they're like from the 60s and old and creepy.
Oh, like the old wooden ones?
where it's like so it's scary. That
Those
makes
are
it fun.
You
'cause
might collapse.
You might.
Okay.
It's not fun. The like new ones.
Are you from London? Is
Yeah.
that where you grew up?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm excited for London. What should I do? I have a kind of a. That's the only day off I really have on the tour. Is
When
in London.
what day off do you
It's
have?
a Saturday or Sunday
Oh,
or
you
both
sh-
days. Yeah.
Well, do you like soccer?
Yeah.
You should go to like a
Oh.
League Two. Don't go to a Premier League game; they're too expensive and lacking atmosphere. Go to like a League Two or like non-league. Game.
Oh, that's like the league below Premier.
Yeah, no, it's like 5 leagues below.
Oh.
But they still like it will be like 5,000 divorced dads with a drum, just like cheering.
people
for
get
them.
into that?
Oh, it's so good. It's
They get
so
into like
fun.
Nottinghamshire or
Yeah,
whatever.
uh-huh.
Does the
wow.
Premier League just feel a little like kind of corporate and like annoying? Or
No,
is
it's
it-
still great. It's just like the ticket prices if you're going to go to
What's
a
like
London
$200
game.
bucks or something?
Whereas like I support Barnet. We're like in the we're the league that Wrexham was in last year. You know,
Oh,
like,
that okay.
and they got promoted ahead of us.
right.
But like, so I like went to a game over Christmas, and it really is just like a bunch of yobs, like just like dude.
Is a yob a drunk dad?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and like
okay.
young people. It goes a yob can be like 10 years old.
Oh, okay.
And like everyone's just doing this to just jerking off the other away and calling them wankers. There's like one security guard being like, "Oh, don't do that." Everyone's
No
like,
one cares.
everyone does it to the security guard. So you're just you're singing, chanting at the away.
Yeah, because
end
every
the
team
whole
has their own
time.
songs and stuff.
It's so fun.
I do like that. I'm
It's so
into that.
great.
Okay, that'd be fun.
Can you
That-
defend London food?
No,
Okay.
It's
no,
bad.
It's bad. I mean, like obviously, like Indian London food is good, and obviously, Jamaican London food is good. But I'm not
Actual
defending
English
fish and
food
chips.
There's good fish and chips though.
Fish and chips is shit. It's
Yeah.
just like-
Wow, it's just shit.
It's
Wow.
just like it's a piece of cod, and then they put so much batter over it. If you like
To
serve it
disguise
as
the fish.
yeah,
If you ate that without the batter, it'd be disgusting.
be like, this
It's
is
like the
gross.
worst. It's the worst fish.
and
That
the
is
chips aren't good.
Was there an American restaurant or fast food chain that blew your mind when you first came over here?
I've Yeah, McDonald's. I never heard of it. Never heard of it.
I guess
It was stunning. All these places are in.
Yeah, we forget that we've kind
you
of
got everything then. Yeah.
No, but like we don't have the chicken restaurant. We don't like
Chick-fil-A.
Like KFC,
Chick-fil-A,
I guess
Popeyes,
Popeye.
KFC
You
went
have it.
off. But like Popeye, when I came to America for college, I went to Popeyes every 2 a.m. of my first week
Popeyes
of college.
is the move.
Wow.
Dude, those
It was
biscuits are
amazing.
out of control.
I would be on the toilet for like the next 2 hours, but
Definitely.
it was so worth it.
You don't have like
Definitely.
Southern soul food or something.
we don't have like Zaxby's. Or
Yeah,
anything like that.
okay.
Zaxby's was cool to go to.
That's okay.
Culver's is great.
There's some good. What's the late night spot in London? I love the curry fries. I remember I used to get those when I studied in Dublin. And we went to London.
Not London.
Not
Nothing.
London?
Nothing to do with London.
They didn't have
Just to
curry
be clear.
fries?
Just to be clear, Dublin.
But we were
not at all
we
associated
were
with
in
London.
I can't remember what it was called
Can't
though.
get the IRA up.
The
up,
curry
up
fries
London.
ripped though. I love that
Yeah.
they put curry on everything.
It's like poutine. It's like poutine.
It's like
but
poutine, but a
Indian.
little like
Do you
Indian,
grow up
yeah.
drinking earlier? Do you think than American kids?
I mean, it
there?
depends. Like, you can be 16 when you have a pint. You're allowed to have 16. With the rule is you're allowed to be 16 and get a pint at a pub if you order it with a carvery. And
With a what? What's a carvery?
It's like a roast beef. So you have to order.
You have to order a sandwich?
You have to, no, it's not a sandwich. It's like a meal. You have to sit down. So you'd be 16 and all your mates would be eating roast beef
Because they
and drinking a
to like
Peroni.
soak up the beer or whatever.
I don't know what
What's
the rules are. It's
The
the
roast beef mafia got like, we'll let this through. You can have a beer if you let a beef get sold.
It's the silliest rule of all time.
So everyone's
But-
just like in high school drinking beers, but you have 3 roast beef sandwiches next to you.
I mean, you are drinking. You do that, or you just drink with your mates, and then it's and you're drinking from earlier. I didn't drink earlier, but
no,
in
it's
general,
much more relaxed there.
Yeah, and the drinking age is 18, and so
Sure, what it should be.
gets started early.
Yeah.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. I always wanted to wonder about it because you probably came to college, like at Yale, you're with all these like former valedictorians across America. Like a lot of these kids, they didn't really drink in high school.
They were
You know what I'm
such
saying?
losers.
Yeah,
everyone at Yale is
so
such
you're,
a
so
loser.
you're like you kind of came to college like
they're
a
winners,
seasoned
but they're-
veteran. Yeah, you're like a seasoned drinking veteran compared to a lot of these kids, right?
Yeah,
They
I
don't
mean,
party either.
Yeah, they don't party. There's
Yeah.
like a few, like you find the lacrosse guys. They go crazy. All the sports
Okay.
guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Are like, they still maybe not a 23 on the ACT, but they
No.
but
Maybe
they're
it's
still
27 or
they're
something.
Nothing
a
that
bit
low.
more to party than
Right.
the people who are there.
The other kids are like have startups they're planning, and they're like
Yeah.
they have lives. They're getting a Rhodes scholarship or whatever.
It's so boring. Everyone's nice, but everyone's so boring.
So was school then not that fun, or was it a good time?
No, it was a great time. I found like people who were cool and smart, but also down for a good time.
But that
And
first year or whatever, you're like, damn, this is you gotta sift through the masses a little bit.
it was tough. Like definitely like not doing and just being a part of the rugby team.
Yeah.
I was like, I really wanted to do like many other things in this 4-year experience,
27.
but instead of
What do you do on like the 10th thing you don't get? I mean, the 10th
Bro.
thing's like that's discouraging enough.
Bro, I got
When you get into
rejected-
the 20s.
Yeah,
you're
like, what are you
like-
getting rejected from? Chess club?
no, I applied for like community service, and they were like, "Can you send us an application?" Like what?
You're not even allowed to volunteer.
Yeah, I
you
couldn't
can't even play
volunteer.
bingo at a
Can I just,
nursing
like-
home.
It was fucked.
I like do the soup. Like
No, it was insane. They were like, "We actually have a more qualified candidate." to
You
do
have a
this."
better ladle guy. We
Yeah.
got a ladle guy already.
yeah. What did you what did you formally audition for? Where you had to kind of showcase your skills and then you didn't get it.
Just off the top of my head, two sketch groups, 2 improv groups, then the 3 community service groups, 2 tutoring groups.
Tutoring.
I wanted to tutor. I wanted to
wait.
privilege youth in the New Haven, Connecticut area.
And they wouldn't let you.
And
They're
they
like,
said
you're
no.
too dumb.
Yeah, they said no, not quite.
Community service.
The investing group, the consulting group, the God.
Well, so how did they test you for in the investing group? How did
You
they
had
test?
to like fill out fill out a test or something like that, and it was
So you took like a standardized test for a couple of these things. kind of.
Sometimes, yeah, you would have. It wasn't. Oh, it would be like make a PowerPoint and show us. So you make the PowerPoint. You spend 2 days trying to put your effort into this PowerPoint, and they're like, actually, no.
You're in your dorm with your roommate, like, dude, like I'm on my 16th.
Yeah, dude. When the 17th or whatever came in, I was like, this is ridiculous. Then I just started applying for
doing
once
like
just
the
to get rejected.
The Japanese culture one.
Yeah,
You're
that
doing
one was
like
fair.
The hentai one.
But then
You're
even
trying
like
them all.
I think there was like a British men's union,
And you couldn't get in that.
and they were like, we're full.
You're a
for
Brit.
applications.
You're a damn Brit.
So yeah,
Damn.
that's how I started stand up. Is just I went to the only group in sophomore year. I was like, all right, we're coming back. We're gonna try out
27 more.
27 more, and then I did get rejected for 26 more. But then the only one that let me in, I just went to the stand-up group, listed every group I'd been rejected from, and then they were like,
They're like, you'll be perfect.
they took
Yeah.
pity on me.
That's good for stand-up
And
failure.
so they let
Okay,
me
so you're
join.
doing some stand up then at Yale
Yeah.
sophomore year.
That's how I started.
Amazing.
With this
I think,
life.
and then that way you could like you could have comics come to Yale perform. You can open for them, right?
No. I have none of the traditional business model or model
Oh.
of stand-up. I did stand-up 3 times sophomore year in college. Once in New York, twice in front of my friends, just in the stand-up show that they were putting on in college.
Which is electric.
Which is
Those are the best.
Which
shows.
is like you leave and you're like, I'm the funniest person alive.
You think you're the funniest person.
Then you
I've
take
done
that
dude.
material
Yeah.
to a New York open mic and you're like, I'm the least funny
And you're going
person.
on stage like telling inside jokes, like
Yeah.
well, my friend John got
Yeah.
blacked out on Saturday at
Dude,
TK.
dude, I did one show at Notre Dame, like a stand-up show at Notre Dame, and then I went to Boston College, and I went to Boston, like I went to an open mic in Boston because I was like still interested in stand-up, because I thought I was good at stand-up. Do you know Andrew Durso?
Yeah,
Andrew
I know
Durso
Andrew,
was
he's
like
great.
he was like 21 years old. He was or 22.
Okay, yeah.
He'd been at this point he'd been doing stand-up for like 4 or 5 years already, and he had just won like Boston's funniest comedian. This is literally 2013. I did an open mic. I followed. Durso goes up and obliterates this open mic in the back of this restaurant. Like, obliterates.
The Middle East? Is that where this was?
No, this was
Oh.
Rogi's Bar and Grill on Com Ave.
Wow.
I go up, bomb my face up. I don't do stand-up for 3 years. I literally didn't do
You
stand-up
did
for
that
3 years.
badly?
I did that badly. Durso, he had this like really long kind of like emo kind of cut and just like absolutely obliterated for like these like open mic comics, and I was like, oh, stand-up's definitely not for me.
I don't think
I'm
you're talking
definitely
about Durso, but yeah.
It's 100% Andrew
Really?
Durso. I 100% remember
Okay,
it. Yeah,
maybe.
It was
Okay.
crazy, dude. It was crazy. Yeah, yeah. It's,
Wow, I'm glad.
Yeah,
If those 3 years of development, imagine where you'd be.
I know,
Imagine where
dude.
you'd be if you hadn't quit for 3 years.
Right, dude. But obviously that was before. That was like the summer going into my.
You were still in college.
yeah, I had 3 years of playing
You were
basketball.
still playing
left.
basketball.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, I don't need this.
Yeah, I thought I was.
That's
just
tough to go from being on March Madness to bombing at an open mic in Rogi's Bar and Grill.
That was a
That's a
brutal
real-
moment. I was like, I guess this isn't for me for sure.
I guess I'm going to NBA Europe.
Yeah, I
Here we
actually
go.
never told Durso that he got me out of stand-up for 3
That he's
years.
a thorn in your side, a demon in your mind.
Absolutely.
You think about him all the time.
He's in my nightmares sometimes. Still super funny, dude. He's like he wrote for like the Patriot Act and shit like that.
Right.
Funny dude.
Why did you get back on stage?
Because
prompted you
I
to-
got into a sketch group, and a couple of my
No
buddies.
shade, Simon.
Yeah,
That he
Yeah,
got into a
that's-
sketch
yeah,
group.
no offense.
Man,
It's all
Alex got into a sketch group.
Yeah.
What were you
Fuck.
submitting? What were
Yeah.
you submitting?
So I got into the sketch group, and then towards the end of my senior year, my friends were like, "We want to try some open mics before we graduate or whatever." And I got into it there, and then my first set back after like 3 years of not doing it, it was actually went well.
And the rest is fucking history.
And
folks.
now we're here, folks.
And now he's at Nick's Comedy Stop.
five weekends a year.
The king of Boston. The king of the Boston suburbs.
I femdom Boston, baby. Femdom.
Femdom. What do you think
place.
that means?
It's
What
just-
does that mean
It's
for
just,
you?
It's just funnier to say than dominate.
Okay.
Sometimes you can just play around with words. You
Yeah,
know?
I just like to know what you think that means.
I don't know. Just dominate it. you
Yeah.
know? Is this what you wanted to do on the pod? Is this where you want? Where do you want this to go?
I don't
this
know.
riff to go?
I thought it would be funny. It
let's,
wasn't.
Let's
It
do
wasn't.
another question. Oh, this is
And how do
actually
people
interesting.
ask questions, Drago? How
Guys,
do they get this?
You
How do
got to
they-
subscribe to the Patreon. $3 a month gets you an audio episode. $5 a month gets you a video episode. $10 a month. Jeff, take it away.
He forgot.
I
That's
did
what happened
forget.
there. That's what happened there. He
I did.
forgot the
I did.
tears. We've only done it 70 straight weeks. He has forgotten the tears
I
You
forget
are
the-
so unreliable
I'm
on this
serious.
podcast.
I'm
of the
serious,
most
yeah,
lucrative part of his life.
Yeah.
He makes more money on the pod than his job.
That's-
and
I
now-
hate to say it, but it is true.
It is true. Okay, well, you get free tickets, folks, to shows.
Wow.
You get Drago's little interviews he does every 2 weeks with extra guests, and you can ask questions, folks.
The Patreon has changed my life drastically, and I will remember what
he
it
can get
means.
Sweet Green twice a week now, thanks to you people
I will
slaving
remember the
away in the
tears
diamond
because
mines.
of that. Thank you, guys.
Okay, now, Drago, read a question.
Quick question from Zico Greenwald.
Zico
Guys, this is a
Greenwald.
question for both of you. What is your self-care routine? How do you practice self-care? How do you unwind from the day?
Wow.
How does a Brit unwind, man?
Oh, we sit down.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we take it easy.
We fucking chill
take it
out.
Take it
We
easy.
go to sleep.
Okay.
It's easy to be a Brit. You already had your heyday.
Yeah, this is true.
You guys are like, we did it already.
I know, but now we're in decline.
Now you're in a
Now
terminal decline.
We're
but
a
like,
nation without identity, still clinging for.
you're still clinging to this grandiosity.
still
from,
clinging for a pre-Suez
I
day.
found out because of Jeff.
Pre-Suez,
You guys like helped us win World War II. I didn't know that.
What do you mean?
Wait, hold on. We helped.
yeah, I don't know what are you talking about.
Didn't you say the UK like their pilots like gunned down some people in a certain war?
in World War II? Yeah, they were an integral part of World War II.
Yeah.
Wait, so the way
Where
it's
do you think
sorted
World
here-
War II happened?
I didn't know that though until recently.
Wait, so hold on.
I thought
So-
that you guys were kind of like a footnote. But,
so there
That's
were
where
the-
it happened.
There were the Allied powers, and then there were the Axis powers.
you guys like really did some shit.
Well, yeah, I'm so curious what you will. I mean,
yeah,
so-
what did you think happened in World War II?
I thought America just kind of came in when everyone was down and just kind of blew
well, that's
up.
what
This
we're
is-
kind of told in America.
This
That's
is
what we're told.
but this is technically true. Like America
But
did.
I didn't know
we
you
did
guys
save Britain.
Without
got-
America, the Germans would have won.
Probably.
Is-
Russians
is
maybe
true.
could have done it, but Britain would be gone.
Yeah,
Britain
Dude.
would
the
have
West would be over.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
We saved them. We saved
But you
them.
guys did a big thing too.
Well, yeah, we held out. The Battle of Britain.
They got bombed and they survived.
Yeah, everyone, there was Dunkirk where we flee, which has somehow been spun into like this heroic narrative.
Yeah,
it's like
it's literally them running away after getting slaughtered, and they're like, "We are heroes."
and it's also this great story of like British people like sending over their ships to ferry them back. But my sister taught me this. It's like it's actually a complete myth. It was all just French fishermen who were like, "Yeah, we'll
help you out.
Like, get the fuck out of our country."
Damn.
So, like, yeah, we did. Yeah, we held off in the Battle of Britain, which
because
allowed
we
us-
gave them a lot of weapons as well. We helped
Yes.
them out a lot.
Oh, so
they
you
maybe
guys
could have
you
made
guys
it.
are nothing without us.
It is a
essentially.
total Ukraine situation.
Yeah, they were a
Ah.
skeleton army, and we fed them and clothed them and gave them
Precisely.
everything.
The
Yeah.
biggest frauds of all of them, though, like the British, we did a bit. The French did nothing.
The French
The
did
French
nothing.
got captured in 4 days, and then were like full on with the Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they made up this
and then
French
the
resistance thing,
which is the funniest thing of all time. I'm reading this biography of Charles de Gaulle right now.
Oh, really? That
And
sounds
Charles
good.
de Gaulle, if you don't, led the French resistance from London. He just happened to be in London when France got captured, and then was like, "I am France."
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
was like, "Well, that's clearly bullshit. You're not France. It's France. You're this guy who no one knows." But then everyone, because his name was de Gaulle, which is like
It's
similar
like
to Gaulle.
of France.
Yeah, so everyone's like,
basically.
he's this hero who we hear on the radio.
Yeah, he was kind of a nobody.
Yeah.
He wasn't like the premier or anything.
No,
Yeah.
he was hated by everyone. Anyway, so they made up this myth that the resistance was France when realistically everyone was collaborating.
They almost all collaborated with the
Everyone's
Germans.
like, we're good. We don't like the Jews. Like
Brit-
they sent Jews to the
Oh,
camps.
for sure.
Yeah.
Every country kind of collaborated with the Nazis low key. That's what we
Mhm.
don't really learn about. Yeah.
Except for
Gotcha.
England.
Except for England and America. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
let's go back to the question then.
Drago, a little
self-care.
too much learning.
Oh,
here.
that,
Yeah.
no, my brain overheated there.
How would you not even think Britain was like where it happened?
Do you know what I think? For me to learn, I think you got to add sound effects for me to learn. I think you
Pew,
need to,
pew,
I think
pew,
you need to be
pew.
like, we were like, "Do, do, 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 do," and I'll be like, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
How do you know? How close do you think D-Day happened? Where? What country?
Nagasaki,
Are you serious?
right?
That can't-
Hiroshima.
No. What?
Which one's
D-Day.
Oh, Normandy.
Where is
Yeah.
that?
France.
And France is, how close is France to England?
Couple 100 miles.
50 miles. 30 miles.
Give me
Yeah.
give me 100.
That's
I'm
pretty
just-
good.
it's
That's pretty
pretty
good.
decently
That was
close, but,
more
like,
than I expected.
It's amazing that you thought World War II is happening in France, but not 30 miles away in Britain.
Okay.
They bombed the Brits. They had a tough time.
Can we go back to self-care?
Did your family have any connection to the bombing? Were
Oh
they
yeah,
bombed?
absolutely.
Really?
My grandfather, no, my great uncle was the guy. His name was Shimmy Lovett.
Yeah.
and he was he led some
name was
people
what?
at Normandy.
Shimmy Lovett?
Yeah.
That's an old Jewish name, I feel like, isn't it?
I think Shimmy's Scottish. I think
Oh,
it's
is it
Scottish.
That guy's
Scottish?
got to play
Okay.
bass.
But-
in some capacity.
Shimmy Lovett.
That guy
He's a
definitely
bass,
plays
yeah.
bass.
But he's if you've seen the movie The Longest Day in it came out in like the 1960s, but it's like a
Okay.
famous movie about that.
Yeah.
He's in it. Or
Really?
He's portrayed by someone, but he's famous because his bagpiper, Bill Millen, played his troops onto the shores of Normandy
Well, while they were like going on the boats.
while
onto
they were on the
beach.
boats, and so no one shot at the bagpiper because everyone's like, oh, this guy's just a crazy man. But then the whole story, again, probably a myth, is like,
Yeah.
oh, it instilled so much confidence in the troops that they were able to take over.
Oh, wow.
Take over that post.
That's your
Yeah.
great uncle.
Yeah.
And then you got rejected from a sketch group.
Damn.
And then here we are. Dang, that's
brutal.
crazy.
Sorry about
See,
that.
Drago,
man.
that's a good story.
It's an awesome story. That story is like in books everywhere. Like that, if you read more,
I
those
think
stories
that's-
happen more.
If you were a World War II history buff, I think you would know that.
I didn't
story.
know about that. The bagpipe, that rocks.
It's a good one. Bill Millen.
There
I
we
wish I
go.
knew more stories like that. That's really cool.
Dang, that's true.
To answer your question, I've started using moisturizer. and-
Skin looks good.
Yeah, thanks.
I've been trying. I can't remember to do it every day. It's
Yeah.
not. I don't do it regularly.
How
Well,
do
you
you-
just
what's
do
your
one
self-care then,
moisturizer.
Jeff?
and
Just
you-
in the morning. Sometimes I do it at night. But
Okay, you got the under eye thing. I got
No,
the
I used to
bags.
do you do
I'm
that?
trying. I only do like 2 days a week.
I don't like how
forget.
you have to keep them in the fridge.
Oh, I see. I don't do that. So that's okay. Maybe I should be doing that.
Ooh.
I didn't know.
Okay.
I didn't know about
It
that.
just feels weird.
I
to
mean,
have
I'm
them
trying to do yoga more. I went to yoga last week. I want to do it a couple
It's
days
true.
a week. Yoga's great.
Mhm.
Doing some Soul Cycle. I did Soul
Oh.
Cycle. That shit's hard.
there. It's so hard.
Those are like those white. That's white women militia.
I just
They're
don't
like
know
they're
how you
training.
How do you do it more than 3 minutes? I don't.
I have to
get
take
it.
a break. I couldn't do what they were telling me to do.
But
like
then
5
everyone
times.
else is doing
I
it for
know.
like 45
These
minutes.
women are just screaming. They're just like the leader was like some flamboyantly gay man just screaming like, yes, bitch, yes. And I'm the only guy among 35 white women. That's tough. That's a tough look.
Who did you go with? Your girlfriend?
No,
Or-
I just went alone.
Oh God.
I thought there would be at least a couple men there. I was the only guy. It looked very perverted because I didn't look gay, so it looked like I was just kind of a skeevy man.
Which is, a lot. People do that.
People
as well.
do that, exactly.
The reason I
So-
have a year-long Orange Theory membership in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, they were hot people there, but I was just there to work out my glutes. But it's tough.
Tom-
Drago, I would love to see you do Soul Cycle because you're too tall for it.
Yeah.
And I think it would be brutal.
Actually, so when I got the stationary bike back in Chicago, I messed my hips up so bad that like I got like an IT band issue because I wasn't stretching enough after. It was so
Wow.
bad.
And that was just on a stationary bike. This is 10 times harder than that.
Definitely.
Dude,
Yeah.
the IT band syndrome is the worst.
Yeah,
You
we're-
think it's
we're
fine.
straight to your knee. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So
And then
you've had that too.
I had it too.
Wow, we're brothers.
And I know.
What does that
it's
mean?
a bitch,
exactly?
isn't it?
So like I had it because I was running a lot.
Yeah.
And then essentially you think you're fine for a little bit and then it just collapses and you like just can't put any weight on
Your
your
knee
leg.
just collapses.
You just can't move.
Yeah, you have to.
Really?
It's because your glutes aren't strong enough to kind of. You start running all with your knees because your other muscles aren't quite there anymore.
Okay, they're carrying too much of
So
the
so
load.
were you going long distance then?
Yeah, I was doing like ultras and it was just like killing me.
Yeah, you
Oh
ran
my
the
God.
New York Marathon, didn't you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Terrible.
How
Didn't train.
long- how long-
Yeah,
Didn't
yeah,
train,
you
didn't
didn't
train.
train. That's what it was.
Didn't
Oh,
train.
how long did you have the IT band syndrome for then?
Oh, like I stopped running after I got that, so I don't really know how long.
You haven't been
but-
running since?
I've been like casually running, but like only like 3 miles. But I was doing like marathons and all that stuff.
Yes, dude. I just got back into like probably 3 miles 3 times a week. That's where I'm at now, and and I had like a. We don't have to talk about it, but yeah, I had to come back recently, but yeah, it's fucking annoying, dude.
You're gonna
It's
get
so
injured again in a week, though. Every time you come back, every 3 months, you're like, I'm getting back into it, and then I talk to you, like, oh, I strained my ankle doing a podcast with a tiny cupboard,
dude.
every time.
It's a different, yeah.
Oh, I ruptured an eardrum going to a White Reaper concert.
Unbelievably good band.
They're a
by
good
the way.
band. They're a good band.
Um,
He's always got some ailment.
Yeah, I gotta, but I'm like slowly getting back. I'm gonna run after this. It's gonna be good, dude.
Oh, great.
I love
Really?
it. Yeah. So are you not really exercising as much now?
I'm like trying to stay. I like will run 3 miles on a treadmill.
Yeah.
Like I ran today, but before today I hadn't run in like
I
2
think
weeks.
that working out's great for your mental health, obviously.
Huge.
Oh,
Great,
so good.
Of course.
Huge.
Yeah. you
It
gotta do
all gets solved.
I got
once
this
to one side.
class pass thing. You
Oh,
sign up
yeah,
for like
that's
yoga,
really good.
biking, and stuff
Mhm.
like that. I want to get into boxing. I want to.
Who
Not
are
like
you going
a
to-
lot.
Who are you going toe to toe with in the ring?
Drago. I would like to fight Drago.
Yeah,
I'd
I'll
like
beat
to
the
box.
shit out of you, dude.
No, you. And if I give me a month of training, I'll light you up.
No way.
You're
dude.
tall, but you're flimsy, and I've said this before. Your will is weak.
Absolutely.
You
not.
just don't have what it takes mentally
You
to hang in
you
the
do
ring.
not want to get a Serbian mat. I'll tell you that much. Dude.
Yeah, but
You don't want-
you're a fraud.
Shut up.
You
Do
got
you
the
think-
heart of a Bosnian. You're a piece of shit.
Do you think 3 months of training versus no months of training, you would win?
No,
If I
no,
boxed him,
Yeah.
oh, easily, I'd
no,
crush him.
because
There's a lot of
'cause
technique in
If
boxing.
I knew
you
Jeff
don't-
was training, I would start working out more, and I would just.
but it's
beat
not
the
just
shit
working
out.
out. Boxing's a lot of technique. If you don't
It's
know it,
technique is.
I think I
everything,
could. I think
too.
I could crush you.
If Jeff trained for 3 months, he might like ding me a little, but I would wax.
I
him
just
still.
hire like 3 blondes to like show their tits behind me, and you get distracted, and I just clock you.
Yeah, I do have my vices.
I
dude.
know your weaknesses.
I know I have weaknesses.
You like say we subscribe to the Patreon. They show their little tits. You'd blow a load, and I'd clock you out.
If they were little, I would not be distracted. I would need some big ones. That's a different thing. Have you gotten into a fight in your life before?
No. I mean, like not since I was like 10.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
you
I've
can't
just
be
steered-
fighting as an adult.
steer
It's
clear.
embarrassing.
Horrible look.
Sometimes I would like wrestle with like my friends like
That's
casually,
fine.
which
That's
isn't a
fine.
real fight. But then they would just take me down so easily. I'm just on the ground in 2
Oh yeah,
seconds.
I
and
mean,
I'm like,
I'm a weak little
I'm
bitch.
out.
I've been there, done that.
I'd lose immediately.
Can't be people who are like fighting at a bars. It's embarrassing.
My friend in college he came second in the state of Iowa wrestling.
That's
thing.
the best state for
and,
wrestling.
and he is
Yeah.
an unbelievable wrestler. He my friend was visiting from Chicago. He happens to be a gay man too. That's not
Huh.
for the story.
Where's this going?
we're at this
Kid from Iowa wrestles gay man.
So
That sounds
no, so we're
sounds
at, so
interesting.
my friends from Chicago are visiting me, and I was like, dude, that guy was like second in wrestling, and he was there with his boyfriend. Him and his boyfriend were like hanging out, whatever. And my friend was like, that dude's gay, and he's like, he wrestles, whatever. And I was like, yeah, but he's like he's a killer, dude. My buddy's like, I would take him, and I was like, Sam, my boy wants to wrestle you. And
Oh,
he
'cause
was like,
he just
no.
like, I could take him 'cause he's
so
gay?
it's like,
Oh,
so it's like 1 a.m. Everyone's like, people are like drunk, charged up. So it's like we all just like go into the backyard, and like my friend who just like chugs a beer. He's like, let's fucking go, dude. And this guy manhandled my friend in
I mean,
a way
of course.
in literally 3 seconds. Just fucking took him to the ground. It was it was such an awesome.
That's
fucking
such
moment
a
to see.
toxic masculine
Yeah,
thing.
it was so-
Like,
it
he
was
takes
so-
dick up the ass. I could beat him for
It was
sure.
so fucking. I was like, dude, he's gonna murder you. My buddy's like, no, dude, I can.
No, I eat pussy. No way he could beat me.
Have you ever tried Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
No, I've never done any of the martial arts. That sounds fun though.
I just learned where it's like you spend like 40 minutes like in the other person's crotch, like right there.
Yeah.
Like that's just how you wrestle. And
oh,
learn.
really?
I'm just curious. Like, would you rather do that with a stranger or a friend?
Oh, a stranger, definitely.
Stranger.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to know like what like my friends got going on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I want
you
to be
don't-
as far away from dick though. Usually, I'm not. I'm also kind of.
I don't wanna
Just
know
stay
my-
clear of it.
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
friend's funk. You don't want to know because then I'm always going to think about that. If I see Steve again, I'm like, oh, he smells like a playground down there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
want that.
you're kind of accepting the stranger's gonna smell like that, and you're like, I'll live.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that.
we're not gonna see him
Yeah.
again. I'm not gonna see him again. That's good.
We should
Drago,
do.
we got to
let's-
wrap
let's
it up
just-
for
let's
the
do some
Patreon.
plugs. Just some plugs
Yeah.
before we wrap.
Plugs.
When does this episode come out?
It'll come out next Monday.
I will be in Fort Lauderdale at Shamrock Comedy Club on Tuesday, the 20th of February. Orlando Improv, the 24th. Portland, Helium, Seattle, Bellingham, Vancouver, and Fairbanks, Alaska.
Whoa,
Come on out.
Alaska.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be fun. I got to check off Alaska. Damn.
Yeah, I've never been.
Yeah, I've never done comedy there. Yeah, I'm excited. That sounds fun. Damn.
It should
Tell
be
me how it goes.
Some people just reached out and they were like,
Why
"Hey."
not?
I was like,
You
yeah,
got
Oh.
to do it.
Yeah.
Vancouver's awesome too.
Yeah.
Vancouver's a great place.
Right by
Jeffrey?
Simon Fraser University.
No, Drago, tell them when you're in Boston next.
Minneapolis, Sisyphus Brewing next week, and then Don't Tell Columbus, the March 28th.
There we go. Nice.
Let's go.
And you are in Boston though too. In April.
Foxborough, April 4th,
Foxborough,
4th and
yes,
5th,
yes.
5th
What
and
do I
6th.
got? I got Europe. That's what I'm plugging. We got Dublin, Paris, Berlin, Amsterdam, Copenhagen. Tickets are looking grim in Copenhagen. London, those are selling well, but please buy. And then I fly from I do a show in Dublin, Ireland, and then I go to Lexington, Kentucky the next day, folks. My managers are killing it on the routing. It's going to be one of the worst days of my life. I literally fly from Dublin, land in Kentucky at 5:30 p.m., have a show at 7 and 9.
Is there a direct flight?
No, I have to go to Charlotte, I believe, and then fly to Lexington, Kentucky. So please buy tickets to Kentucky. I've been looking forward to that club for a while, and this is going to be tough. This has been episode 114 or 113. It's been 113 of You're an Idiot. We're 23 episodes N-word free, folks. Only 77 more until the big party in Little Rock, Arkansas, where we let freedom fly, folks. Thank you for listening. You've been an idiot. Good night and good luck. Bye.